Fantastic Fest in Austin, Texas.
Texas.
DJ, how you doing?
You know what, man? I'm waking up.
Yeah, we're all waking up.
We're waking up. Hey, well, good morning. We're waking up over here. What time is it in LA? It's 7.
6. It's a 3-hour difference.
2-hour difference.
Shut.
No, so it's 7. So good morning.
Good morning.
And then, so I guess it would be 1 hour early. No, it'd be 10 on the East Coast.
Yes.
That's how math works.
Yes.
Let's do more math equations for what I just woke up.
No. Guys, if you are just joining us, welcome to the new and exciting show, Straight from the Boy People. This is the show where we're talking about all the movies we've seen on the previous day at Fantastic Fest, which, if you don't know, is the top of the line, world famous genre film festival.
Yes.
We've been watching movies from all over the world, all types, all shapes and sizes, all forms of movies, and some are freaking awesome.
Yes.
And you get some that are not so much.
Yeah. I don't know if I've watched a movie so far that I was like, oh, that's bad.
Well, get ready for something today.
Okay, good. I'm getting excited now.
But to kick it off, I forgot. Did we do anything? No, we just talked about you having queso for the first time yesterday. Yeah. It was a magical day for DJ.
Yeah.
All right. I think we should hop right into it if you don't mind.
Please.
All right. So at the start of Friday, DJ, you were able to sit down and watch a couple shorts.
Yeah, not a couple of several, and they were all good. They were all good to fantastic, if I may. Mm-hmm. I'm going to just talk about the ones that were great. I got a list of them here. Hold on.
I have a list. I have a list.
Oh man, The Burden. So there were a bunch of shorts. I'm just going to bring up the ones that really stood out to me. Half of them were animated, half of them were live action.
Nice.
The Burden was one of the animated ones. It was stop motion animated. I don't even know how to describe it. It's musical. It takes place on a world of anthropomorphized animals. Each segment is a different song, and with a group of all one animals. So the first one's like in a hotel with fish. Good Lord, it's hilarious. But it's a hotel for lonely people. The song is about lonely people that are either can't be with somebody, don't want to be with somebody, whatever, they're alone. And so it's these fish singing about like one has nobody's with him because he's got a skin condition. And nobody said that to him directly. He just paid attention. He just read between the lines and figured it out for himself. Mm-hmm. Like then there's a song. There's a song with rat. No, it's a tap dance number with rats in a fast food place.
Oh, fast food. Okay.
Yeah, and it's just bits like that, and it's all kind of about the stuff that we put on ourselves. The social structures we put on ourselves and like overcoming that, and it's special. I can't. Hold on, let me see where it's from.
It's I got you.
You got me.
I got you.
Sweden.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
So they do a couple different groupings of shorts. Which one was this?
This was Fantastic Shorts. So I from what I understand,
usually they have a genre though.
Yeah. Well, I think the way it was described, looking at the other shorts competitions, this is just shorts. This is just boom. This doesn't have any sort of special thing because they were all over. Fucking Bunnies. Oh my goodness. Fucking Bunnies was the best. Fucking Bunnies was hilarious.
Is that a juggalo?
Oh, it is. It's a Satan worshiper.
Yeah.
So there's this guy, mild-mannered, middle-aged guy. I think he's playing squash. And he's just that's his hobby. And so he's trying to find a partner, and these group of Satanists move in and the guy. So he has that face paint. Sam said it. He looks like a juggalo. But he's the nicest guy, and he offers to be a squash partner. And the other guy's like, no, that's okay. But he's super nice. But they have like late night orgies, and the guy's wife is like really welcoming to them. Mm-hmm. And they call them fucking bunnies because they eat carrots all the time, which has, of course, a payoff later. It's great. It's fantastic. It's hilarious.
You said it.
I know. I can't help it because it's a good descriptor. Then there was Just Go, which involved this guy that's missing his legs. He's talking to this girl he's into, and her purse is robbed. And so he chases the guys to get the purse back. He goes from his wheelchair to like a car to a skateboard to like it's like parkour, but if the person had no legs.
That's
which
cool.
is really cool. Kaiju Bunraku. Oh, by the way, I compared the servers in Alamo Draft I said no as the Japanese performing art. It's Bunraku. Like this short existed to be like, oh, damn it, that's right, it's Bunraku. I'm an idiot. Where the puppeteers are there, but they're dressed in black, so they're not there, kind of a thing.
Oh.
So Kaiju Bunraku is a classic Bunraku play of like a husband and a wife. But there's a moment where like the earth shakes and like, oh no, we need to go to the shelter, and they're in the shelter. They talk about like the atomic breath, and they talk about this, and you hear the classic Godzilla sound come in, so you never see the kaiju. But that's the disaster that they're saying from. It's amazing. It's really amazing. It's a lot of the shorts that really got my attention were like just concepts that I would have never conceived of ever. Let Them Die Like Lovers, directed by Jesse Atlas, who I met. Lovely gentleman.
Oh, bragging.
Stars the Hunt from Snowfall and the upcoming villain of Luke Cage season 2. Ooh. But it's a CIA. The CIA to deal with terrorism has created a new program where basically she's able to jump into the bodies of other people to take out bad people. But the issue is to get close to the bad people, she's jumping into the body of a loved one. So, and dealing with the emotion, like the first one she jumps into is the father killing his son. She's the father, she has to kill the son who's wanted for some shit. Yeah. But she has to deal with all the emotions attached with that, which is really cool. And then The Night I Danced with Death was the first animated short, I believe, which is a great, fantastic animated short. I can't describe it. Just check it out.
Very cool.
And I think that that's basically it of the ones that really,
were those? This is the first time you watched the shorts, or did you watch some yesterday, the day before?
No, these are the only shorts I've done. Fantastic.
I've never done it, but if you guys can get your hands on some of the shorts here at Fantastic Fest, I've heard they're
top notch.
Oh,
Sorry.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Top notch.
It's top notch. But
see, the ones I listed, I highly recommend checking out.
I didn't see a great one. I saw a German film called Hugo Azusa, A Heathen's Curse.
I just remembered about the German film that's playing tomorrow.
Which one?
That we were like, that's maybe not. One of the character names.
Oh yeah.
Anyway.
Oh yeah. Okay. I don't know if I got that one.
Yeah.
There's a movie that we're gonna watch that might have the character's first name is Aryan, and we're like,
and it's made German. It's like, wait a second.
It seems like poor planning. Maybe it's part of the joke.
Yeah,
but
probably.
This Hugo Azusa is set in the 15th century in the Austrian Alps. Lucas, I don't know his name, director, Hugo Azusa takes us back to a dark period in which even the remotest parts of Europe suffered from the paranoia and superstition of the time.
Classic.
Now reading that, that's what this movie is. But instead of telling really a story,
I wish you read that and you're like, you know what I do like this movie.
Yeah. No, I wasn't the biggest fan. We had just filmed this episode, or our first episode of this, so we rushed over, sat down, and immediately it was just like a perfect temperature in the theater, and I was like a little sleepy, and I started to go to sleep.
I struggled with that with the shorts, and then the next movie after, I just had the hardest time to stay engaged.
I did walk out of this theater and I went and got a coffee. Now, it's not that it was poorly produced or not well shot. The story made little to no sense what was happening, because you're seeing 15th century era storytelling or like characters and whatnot. So you get them in chapters. So like chapter 1 is about the main character is a little girl, and her mom is dying, and she might have the plague, she might have cancer. I'm not really sure what's going on exactly, but eventually, like, the mom's dying, and one night she I'm gonna give you just a little taste of it because there's a lot more movie to go through. But the mom wakes up all of a sudden in the middle of the night, totally healthy, but kind of like weird, maybe demonic, and
Classic.
Like brings the girl into the bed, and all I'll say is someone started painting with period blood, and then I really cannot tell you what happens during the rest of the movie. One, I wasn't there, but everything I watched after that, I'm like, I don't understand.
Maybe the ending would have brought it all together.
I doubt that, because there's so many elements to play with.
That's fair. but it wasn't hard to follow just because of the foreignness of it. Just
No.
the type of story it was trying to tell.
A lot of people said this was like the new Witch, and I was like, okay, I'm on board for this.
Yeah.
And there was an element that I was like, okay, we're introducing the Witch. That's why the first act I was like, okay, this is really weird, and the beginning of the Witch is really weird. So I'm like, I'll sit through it.
Yeah.
Second act is when you start to really not figure out what the hell's happening.
It's funny because you were completely okay with the face painting, period blood, and the Witch.
It was a great time.
Yeah, there's no scene like that in The Witch. Go see The Witch.
No, The Witch is great, but no. In the beginning of this movie, there's like there's a guy in the woods who mentions to the mom and daughter. They're like, "Hey, you gotta get to home soon because it's sundown." The perch comes out, and it's like I think that's a slang for like a witch. And I was like, "Oh, maybe she's this thing," but nothing has made me led to believe that is what is happening at all.
That's fair.
So, anyways, it wasn't my cup of tea. Most of the people I talked to found it like okay to they kind of felt the same. So,
okay.
Not
but nobody that was like, "Oh, you're wrong. It's amazing."
No, I didn't.
Okay. All right.
But it's also hard. I didn't meet a single person who saw 3 Football in Souls. Like I haven't talked to any of them, even though it was playing.
The theater was empty when you saw it.
That's why I was crying. But then that was our first round, and then we both got to see the same movie, which was cool. We saw Mary and the Witch's Flower, which I think our audience is going to be a fan of because
it was beautiful.
Directed by Hiroshima Yobashi.
I'm gonna say right now, I really appreciate the effort you're putting into the names and getting them right.
I'm trying.
Yeah, I feel like you're doing good work there, Sam.
He was the former producer over at Studio Ghibli, and I
who
believe
made Princess Mononoke, Howl's Moving Castle, The Red Turtle, My Neighbor Totoro.
So
a bunch of movies that you love.
So this movie it's not dubbed, which I actually like. Ponyo.
No.
I've never seen Ponyo, but I was.
It's okay. It's okay. It's a little slow.
It looks cute. No. But this is from the producer, and I was led to believe the lead animator, but I could be wrong. But this is also the North American premiere for this movie. Very cool.
Oh wow!
So that's special for us.
Yeah.
But in Mary and the Witch's Flower, it follows a little girl named Mary Smith. Which I like that's just her name in all languages. Mary Smith.
Mary Smith.
Who basically just moved out with her great aunt.
Yes.
Yeah, great aunt in like the countryside of Japan. And then she befriends 2 cats, Tib and Gib.
Adorable. Oh my goodness.
Cute.
I'm not on board with cats for the most part, but these cats were adorable.
And they encounter a witch's flower, which is a very cool looking flower.
Yes.
But basically it leads us to real witches. It leads us to a Studio Ghibli version of Hogwarts, which is kind of more inventive than Hogwarts.
If we're gonna be honest, there's an interesting technology element to the school too, which I really like.
I love they're like, no, electricity is just magic. Everybody knows that. So I think if someone says that, you're like, okay, that's the rule, I guess. That's the rule of this movie.
Don't be dumb.
Don't be dumb. It's clearly magic. But there's a lot of I haven't watched a lot of Studio Ghibli movies, and it's been a long time since I've seen Spirited Away, and all the people who love Studio Ghibli they're gonna hate me. What's the movie with where they're fighting nature? You know what I'm talking about?
Princess
Mononoke. I just punched that. I'm sorry. Is it? Where they there's a spirit god?
Yeah, I believe that's
Yeah, I guess it is.
Rides
the thing.
A deer animal. Like,
I thought that had a different name, but it's been a long time since I've seen that.
Oh, Princess Mononoke is something special, man. I stumbled across Princess Mononoke. That was without knowing the Studio Ghibli thing. I just stumbled across it. I was like, this is amazing. This is something else.
That's so cool. I saw The Red Turtle, and it was a different type of animation. Still really pretty. Yeah. So seeing this kind of animation blew me away immediately. It felt like a first time for me.
Well, it's funny. We both had the same reaction to a certain point where they cut to a shot and wait, did we just suddenly cut to live action? Hold on a second.
Yeah, because it was so good. Yeah. And it looks, and this is an adaptation of a children's book.
Yes.
Which makes sense because sometimes if we're gonna get into a few criticisms, sometimes the logic doesn't make total sense. But once you know it's a kid's movie, you're like, all right.
Yeah.
That's fine. They're like, but it's really funny.
Yeah.
There's a lot of really funny stuff. I think one of my favorite bits is the headmaster of the witches school. She brings a fountain fixture to life. Do you remember that? And it goes and takes the book away from the girl and flies, and it keeps a smiley face on while it's staring.
Yeah.
It gives her the Luigi side eye from Mario Kart. You know that meme?
Yeah.
And it was so funny. And there's also these bits with tortoises or turtles. It's sometimes I can't tell which one it is. Yeah. But at one point you see one try to jump but fall off a cliff in the background, and it's so funny. Oh, I highly recommend this movie.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
It's beautiful. Yeah, it's a fun mix of technology and magic. And also, it's got that fun adventure feel, and a lot of animals, and the animals are beautiful.
Yep, highly recommend.
Yeah, real good. But then
a lot of fun, very beautiful.
We had to split up. No, we didn't.
No, we didn't.
We actually sat next to each other. You were able to sneak in. Well, not really. You just waited until there was a seat available. But we'll say he snuck in.
Yeah.
We saw Anna and the Apocalypse, which is IO9 just put out the trailer for this, and I'll put all. Don't worry, in the description of this, I'll put all the info for the movies.
Good call.
But Anna and the Apocalypse, go watch the trailer. It's amazing. It's a zombie movie.
Maybe don't and just go see it.
Oh well, can I give this sum up?
Yeah, you can give it a sum up.
Yeah, because it's pretty great. It's a zombie movie.
Yeah.
Mixed with a musical.
Yes.
Great. Mixed with Christmas.
Yes. I would say.
How can it get better than that?
Yeah, I was gonna say it's basically like Shaun of the Dead meets High School Musical.
Yeah.
Somebody said Glee maybe instead of High School Musical. And either way, if you told me that, the Glee or High School Musical aspect of that, I would not have been as into.
Yeah.
I love this movie. So far, this is my favorite movie of the fest.
Like, it was the most fun to watch. The music.
Oh my goodness.
So if we have musical fans out there, I'll be honest, the music itself isn't the most dynamic thing.
No. But within the movie.
But it is. But it's the catchiest.
Oh, it's so
so catchy. Yeah. And like at the end of the day, that's all that matters. If we go home and download the soundtrack, which isn't out yet, which is a bummer.
Yeah.
I want it really bad. But no, this movie was fantastic.
Yeah.
I said it. Man, you know what? We're a little tired because that took me far too long to catch on to. But I met the lead actress, Anna, and she's very nice. And she's right here. She's going to pop up. She was just waiting to pop up.
We dropped the ball. We should have tried to get her as a guest.
It's a little early to get her to come
I
over.
know.
That's why we have to make it mobile. We we just have to have the mics on like a suit.
Yeah.
And everybody grab. Ooh, it's like
that would actually be a hilarious bit. Most interviewers have the mic here. We have these arms strapped to our suit.
So it's like this, and they like branch out. I like that. I was thinking, how at boxing matches the wire comes down. So I want it I want you to be able to like pull it out of my shirt, But also I want one where you kind of like tug it and then it slithers back into my jacket by itself.
There you go. We'll work on it. We'll get the what's the team? Yeah, you get it.
We'll get the team. We have a team.
The tech department. What's the name for that? Like but you know what I'm talking about. There's a term for it.
Yeah.
All right.
I have no idea though, but I know there's a term for it.
Yeah.
But we'll do that for every big premiere that happens.
Yes.
We get invited to so many, we always have to turn them down. It's always such a big bummer.
A challenge. But Anna and the Apocalypse. Oh my goodness.
I think it's going to get a wider release.
Oh, it has to. It's very funny. The zombie stuff works.
We saw the world premiere. We saw the world. I didn't know we saw the world premiere.
We're big important boys.
Big important boys. That's so cool.
Boys. So it's Scottish, but it plays. If you hadn't told me it was Scottish, I would have been convinced it was a British movie. It was took place in the UK. But Anna's your typical high school girl. Living in a high school world, man. No, and dealing with those problems.
Well,
they do a good job of because normally high school shit, I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah.
But they do a good job of making it kind of a joke,
and
then things get real. And boy, do they get real.
It does. And actually, and because it is really funny, there are a lot of really good jokes and a lot of good zombie humor. Even though people are like, I know some of us are going to be like, oh, there's already way too many zombie movies.
Yeah.
I get it. But the mix of Christmas and the mix of the high school drama and the music is so good.
Yeah.
And there are some actual moments of they took some risks. They took some risks in it.
They definitely took some risks.
They didn't do paint by numbers with this, which they could have with a zombie movie, a zombie Christmas musical.
Yeah, they could. You're absolutely right. They could have coasted on being a zombie Christmas musical, and they didn't. They really made sure the jokes land. They really made sure the emotional stuff landed.
And just storytelling wise, they took some risks. And because of the High School Musical element of it, there are some characters that are so heightened. But as the movie progresses, at first I was like, I don't know how I'm going to feel about so. But as the movie progresses, you're like, okay, it fits this world.
Well,
as soon as the zombie apocalypse clicks in, you're like, oh, now everybody's fallen into their roles.
Yeah, and that's it's a good example of what musicals can do really well, because there's one specific character where I was like, I don't know if I buy his motivation, but then he gets a whole song about it.
Yeah,
and it helps you. That's one of the things that musicals do really well, is able to, in 2 to 3 minutes, give you a succinct, catchy take on what a character is thinking and going through in a very appealing way. And they utilize that really well here. If I could pick some nits, I think it could be tightened a little bit, specifically stuff before the zombies happen.
But it isn't that long until.
No, it's not. Again, let me reiterate. Probably my favorite movie of the festival so far.
That's so cool.
Way into it. But just maybe tighten that. And also, they maybe have one too many emotional climaxes. It's like, hey, you and I have to resolve our stuff. And then you and I have to resolve our stuff. And then you and I have to. It's like, you could. One of those characters doesn't need that, I don't think. My favorite song, Soldier Song.
Soldier Song is really good.
What's yours?
Mine is you get when the two main characters, or it felt like the main characters, realize that something's happening. Yeah. They do this song where I don't know if I want to say what.
No, don't say it. But I know the song you're talking about.
But they're singing while stuff's happening in the background, which is really cool. And that song, that's a good one. When they're walking to each other,
especially the resolution where that song ends up. Fantastic.
Yeah, I will say, spoilers. You do get a zombie in a snowman costume, and it's pretty great. Yeah, he might be my favorite zombie.
Let's just say you probably get most of the things that you'd want from a zombie Christmas musical.
She kills people with candy canes, big old candy canes.
We need to get off it soon. You're going to start breaking down the whole movie.
I'm gonna get ready, kids. No, highly recommend it. And based on all the press it got already, I think. Oh man, I think it's going to be a wider release, and if you can find it, and in the apocalypse,
that movie made me so happy, man.
Or if it just gets a digital release, definitely go find it.
You'll be able to find it. Yeah, it's of the movies we've seen. This one you'll be able to find.
Yeah, I think Fantastic Fest is in love with it. Yeah. So that was our second to last movie.
Cold Hell might be a challenge to find, and in the apocalypse, you're good to go.
You're good to go, even though Cold Hell's awesome.
Cold Hell's great.
But our last movie of the night was a weird one to end on.
Oh, yeah.
Killing of a Sacred Deer. It's directed by the same man who directed The Lobster, Yorgos Lanthimos.
Yeah, I'm not sure we're the ones to be talking about. This one I don't think was for us.
It isn't. Okay, well, I mean, we can still talk. We can, of course, share our opinions on it. This movie, actually, I don't know if I can even give a... Let me see. I'll read the synopsis.
There you go.
The life of a brilliant surgeon is thrown into disarray when his friendship with a bizarre teenager threatens the lives of his entire family. Faced with a frightening choice, the man will be forced to assess all that he has ever done.
I'm glad that the synopsis is willing to acknowledge that the boy is bizarre, because they don't seem to be able to until about halfway through the movie. Yeah. Everybody treats that boy as if he's absolutely normal, because everybody else is a little bit weird. It's definitely because I didn't see The Lobster, which got raves. The way people talk to each other is like a Wes Anderson movie, except less fun.
Definitely less fun.
And also, if it took place in a world that felt like the real world, like the beauty of a Wes Anderson movie is the way everything's put together. It feels like a storybook. Yeah. So the rhythm of it, you're able to buy into, because you're clearly not in our reality. You're in like a storybook land. This one is like,
because everyone's just, I mean, like as soon as everyone says exactly what they're thinking, I'm like, this is fun. There is a humor to it, but at the same time, it makes it feel very bleak, because there's literally no mystery to this. Well, there is a mystery in this movie that I think we have some problems with. But there's a lot of people in this. Nicole Kidman,
great. All the acting's really great. I'm glad Colin Farrell's doing roles like this. He's so talented.
He's really good, and the boy, I'm gonna try to find his name really quick.
Which you pointed out, I didn't catch this. You pointed out he's from Dunkirk.
Yes, if you guys remember the Weekend Ship.
You know what?
The Weekend Ship.
I might not be on board with this actor.
I mean, he was
good here, but I didn't really like him here or in Dunkirk.
That's fair. Yeah. No, I thought he did a good job though. But he was he was one of the kids on the Weekend Sailors. Yes. That was not the son.
Yes.
I was gonna give a nickname to him, but I'll give you the nickname after we're done recording.
No need to spoil that for those who haven't seen it.
I can't help it. But no, so this movie's dealing with a mystery. It takes a while to get to the mystery, and initially it says he's made a bizarre friendship. Immediately what I saw, because everyone speaks very monotone and you can't read inflections and you can't read body language is very plain.
Yeah.
I thought we were getting into a like salacious underage homosexual relationship, and I was like, I gotta be honest, it's the end of the day. Like I'm not sure if I can really cope like this dude having sex with a 16-year-old. I'm like, and that's not what it was. It's just
spoilers
because of the festival we're at and how weird I knew this movie was going to get. I didn't know what the story was. I just knew it was going to get weird. Yeah. I was like, okay, I'm already a little not on board.
Went to a very different weird place.
Yeah.
So about halfway through the movie, it makes a turn. I don't even know how to describe it. It heightens the reality.
Yeah.
And the issue is, for me, I feel like the way it heightens it, you should either go full on like Mother allegorical with it, because it did remind me, and maybe it's because of the sense of divisiveness, it did remind me a little bit of Mother. You should either go full allegorical, or characters should be asking a lot more questions than they're asking. Like, nobody questions anything about this, which would have been fine if it just took me out of it, because the way the rest of the movie works, it's like I feel like this movie's not convincing me that these people wouldn't ask these questions.
Yeah, no, you have to, because there's the moment with the reveal, the scene where they reveal what the rest of the movie's about. Yeah, in the cafeteria, right? Yeah.
I just want to shout at Colin Farrell, be like, "Wait, what?"
Ask a question.
Yeah, wait, what? What's happening?
And even if because he gets a threat basically.
Yeah.
And even if he didn't believe it, later when he encounters that same character, he should ask questions.
Yeah, man.
At least on camera. Maybe he asks them off camera, but nothing has made us nothing makes us know that he did that, because he knows nothing else.
Yeah, Nicole Kidman confronts the character too,
and he doesn't.
She takes everything he says at face value but doesn't like take any deep, especially with how bad the situation is. Like, I want to know every damn angle of what I'm dealing with, so I can. Man, it's hard to talk about without spoilers. Yeah,
I do want to. I can relate it a little bit. It's like an art house version of Addiction. Do you remember that movie? No. I think it's Addiction. Let me look it up really quick. It's that Beyonce and Ali Larter movie with Idris Elba before he was famous. You know, does that ring any bells?
Not at all. In fact, you made it even more confusing for me, because I didn't know a movie like that existed.
It was. Let me pull it up really quick.
Let's just talk for a second about how Idris Elba, how great he is.
Well, no, it's Idris Elba gets a new person at work, Ali Larter, and he's married to Beyonce, so it's really cool. Just seeing those two people together, it's great. But they're together, and Ali Larter becomes obsessed. Oh, it's called Obsessed. That's what it is. Like now, Ali Larter like goes after her.
Oh, but that's like that's basically a version of shit, man. Dangerous Liaisons. What is it? The Fatal Attraction.
Yeah. Obsessed. That's what it is. Yeah. So this feels like the art house version of that.
Yeah.
Without pursuing the husband, it's a story of like revenge. It's a story.
Yeah. There's a moment where we get this distinct impression that the kid wants Colin Farrell's character as his dad, which is really thrown off by the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
It's beautifully shot. It's very well acted. Or at least some of you would probably be very into it, because a lot of people we talked to were very into it.
Yeah, and a lot of people were like, "No, you just got to accept the rules." And I'm like, I didn't get I missed the rules. I think I missed when this movie.
You didn't. You didn't miss the rules.
Or I missed when they jumped on board, because I'm like, I didn't get that moment. But overall, we had a great day yesterday. Yeah. We saw a bunch of good movies. Even the Hugo Azusa, they're beautiful imagery. Also, it led to me having a great cup of coffee down the street. And that's you can't exchange it for real money. You can't. That's the lesson. You can't.
Yeah.
What was the other movie? Mary and the Sacred Flower and End of the Apocalypse.
Oh my
goodness, were some of the best movies I've seen at the festival. So totally pays off. Today is Saturday.
Oh my goodness, I'm so excited about today.
We've got a lot of good movies, but also the fantastic debates, which DJ is going to for the very first time. It's very exciting.
Yes.
But we have a little.
It's going to be a late night tonight.
It will be. That's why we had to go home early. We had one more movie to watch, Mon Monster. We needed sleep.
Yeah, I don't know if I can handle that movie. It
We
looked intense.
We would have gone asleep. But I did want to say really quick for people in the Austin area, keep your peepers peeled on our Twitter accounts, because Sunday night we wanted to do like a little mini meetup at the Shake Shack in the next to the Alamo Draft House.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like Shake Shack?
Shake Shack's the bomb.
Keep an eye out for times and info and such. We'd love to meet anybody that's coming, because I know a lot of you guys are at the festival too. So that's really cool.
Yeah.
So I've met a lot of you. We've met
several. Yeah,
a lot of really cool listeners of the podcast. Yeah, you guys are awesome. So keep an eye out for that. We love you guys. We hope you're having a good time. And next year, we hope you join us at a fantastic fest. Shout out to everyone who joined us live. Jake, Danny, Jazzy, we love you guys.
You guys are the best.
All right. Goodbye.